I know I'm not the biological father, and I revealed I knew as soon as she gave birth. I found out when she was about 6 months along. The guy Brian approached me at my work. "Are you Sarah's boyfriend?" I said yeah and asked what he wanted. He said he was sorry that he had slept with her and swore he didn't know that she was with someone. I don't believe that. He then pulled out his phone to show the texts between them. They had been sleeping together or linking up for at least a year. Then she found out she was pregnant, and they came to an agreement to just pretend the baby was mine. In return, she wouldn't lose her perfect life and he wouldn't be responsible for a baby. I knew it was weird. We had been having problems trying for a baby, and all of a sudden, she got pregnant so easily. But he explained that he had been thinking about it, and he recently became a Christian. He said that he couldn't live his life, knowing that I was living a lie while his child didn't know their real father. So yeah, I told him I'd keep in touch, and to not say that he said anything just yet. I've had a lot of time to think, but ultimately, I decided to wait until she gave birth, to hurt her in her most vulnerable moment. I'll spare the details, but she went into labor, baby was born, and was taken to the NICU to be monitored for a bit. What should have been a beautiful moment of me holding my baby was the most heartbreaking time of my life. Just knowing he was not mine hurt me. Once she was sewn up and comfortable, I started packing up my stuff to leave. She asked where I was going, and I just told her. I know I'm not the baby's name's father. You can act all shocked, but I know. Just ask Brian to come. I'm positive he'll sign the birth certificate. Then I left. She's been calling my phone over and over, even sending texts as I type this, and has even gotten her sister to call me a few times. It was hard pretending these last few months, but I think I'm satisfied. I feel really heartbroken though. I was planning to propose to her on the day our baby was born. I was going to make her the happiest woman ever. Oh well, I'm going to go get shit-faced now. Small update, head hurts, but I'm home and safe. I'll clear up a few things. Brian is going to be in the baby's life if it's his. I don't care what anyone says, I'm sure the kid isn't mine. I'll go get tested, but me and Brian have been in contact since last night, and there isn't a doubt in my mind. For those of you calling me a psychopath or whatever, I don't really care. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. You'll all forget about this post in a day anyway, while I'll have to live with this shit for the rest of my life. What I did wasn't amazing, but I don't care. All I ever did was treat her amazingly, and this is how she pays me back. If you think this is fake, go read something else. Doesn't matter to me. Update. Hi everyone. I just wanted to start by saying I would have updated sooner, but it takes a bit to get test results back. I've also been working on myself for the time being. Thanks for all the support. I'll cut to the chase. I am not the father. But I already knew that deep down. Brian and the baby are a match, so that pretty much answers that question. He's very excited to be a dad, even despite the circumstances. We've kept in touch this whole time, and he's actually a really great guy. Goes to church now, volunteers at shelters, etc. I'm not sure if we'll continue to stay in touch after this, but I wouldn't mind getting a drink with him every once in a while. I hope the kid does great in life. He should with Brian as his dad. As for Sarah, around the time I posted, she had asked Brian to be with her officially since there was nothing to hide. As far as I know, he has not taken her up on that offer and just wants to co-parent for the sake of being in his kid's life. I think that's very smart of him, honestly. Me and her have talked as well. We talked about where it all went wrong. She felt as though I wasn't there for her fully, and just felt unfulfilled, which I understand. I wasn't always the best guy, but I treated her the best I could. I guess it just wasn't meant to be. She started crying and I did give her a hug, but I made sure she knew it wasn't because I cared about her. She offered to stay friends and for me to visit if I want, but I declined. I'm not really interested in keeping up with her and her kid, but I did give her the stuffed animal I was planning to give our kid someday as a gift. She's been staying with her mom and has fully moved out her stuff. She asked me to keep her number, but I blocked her the same day she finished moving out. So, it's just me now. I'm not going to lie, my heart has been super heavy, but I think I'll be okay. There's a cute girl at my work and we've been talking. She's a single mom and has been awesome so far. I explained that I wanted to go slow cause of my recent breakup, and she understands. We've hooked up once or twice. Nothing serious yet. I just want to be by myself for now, but I'll likely give her a shot when I'm ready. That's it for now. I'm depressed, but I'm working out now at least. I never want to talk to Sarah and will likely never see her again. It sucks because she was such a big part of my life, but that's gone now. Thanks for all the support. I'll answer questions if you guys have more. Edit. Just wanted to mention that I still don't feel bad about what I did. I can tell she's still hurting, but I definitely think it's deserved still. New update. I keep getting DMs asking me to update, so here's one. Been roughly 8 months. Check profile for original story. No, I don't talk to Sarah. Screw Sarah. Haven't seen her. Last I heard, she moved to 3 hours away with her mom to be closer to some family. I kept seeing her around town a lot, so I'm beyond grateful she's gone. She would attempt to have conversations with me sometimes in the first month after she gave birth, but that soon stopped. As for Brian, we text occasionally, and we went out for that beer. He overall seems happy to be a father, but we don't talk about Sarah. I don't keep up much with him anyways. We're both hardworking men with jobs, kids, and lives to live, so it's kind of hard to keep up. I don't think they're together at all, but who knows? Speaking of kids, the woman who was a single mom that I started seeing, we're still together. Her kid is awesome, and I love being her stepdad, to be honest. So, a big middle finger to those who told me to stop talking to her or that it wasn't going to work. It may seem like we move fast, but at this point, I don't care. I've never loved anyone more. We communicate properly, hardly fight, just so much fun. I initially was going to cut all contact with her after falling off into a bad drinking habit, but she really kept me grounded. I didn't meet my stepdaughter for a while, but when I did, I knew I couldn't leave. Being a part of this little family has healed me in ways I literally can't fathom. And before anyone says I just use them to deal with the trauma of not having my own kid, that couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm in therapy, I got my shit together, and most days I don't even think about my ex. Hell, I even forgot about this damn account. Words cannot describe how much my life has picked up. Thank you, Reddit strangers, for being there in the darkest time in my life. Honestly, it helped. Hoping to propose to my girlfriend sometime in the future. Comment. So, Sarah moved 3 hours away, and Brian is a single dad? Or he's driving 3 hours to visit his son? I think my girlfriend of 4 years is going to leave me for her dying ex-boyfriend. I saw their messages last week and I haven't been the same since. I borrowed her old iPad for work purposes, and her Facebook account was still logged in to the device. I was going to log in on my Messenger because I forgot my phone at home, and I was going to message her, but then I saw that she had messages from her ex-boyfriend. Let's call him Andre. She and Andre dated for 2 years. They were each other's first love, and she never told me what happened between them. I met her a year and some months after they broke up when I went on a trip with my family to California. I didn't know anything about him other than the fact that they dated sometime in high school and college. When I met her, we instantly hit it off. She showed me around LA, and me living in Australia wasn't a problem. We were in a long-distance relationship for a year until I saved up enough money to move out of my country for her. Other than that, it took me months to look for a job in Los Angeles so that I would be financially secure when I got there. 3 years later, we're still going strong. Or so I thought. When I clicked on their conversation out of curiosity, I immediately noticed the kiss and heart emojis. Right then I knew what was happening. I don't want to go on about the details, but the only message that stood out was her talking about leaving me for a few months so that she could take care of him. He has cancer, it's at stage 1, but he reckons he's going to die. On one of his messages to her, he asked if she would visit him in his house. And I'm pretty sure she did because they mentioned how they had a great time together and that it was good to catch up. Well, it's been a week since I found out. She doesn't know that I know, or that I took her old iPad out of its box and that I had spent 2 days reading their messages. She has no idea at all. She thinks everything is okay between us. But I actually want to cry for a long time, and that I want to physically hurt myself. I have no friends in LA. All of them are back home, and they're all living their own lives now. I don't want to talk about it to anyone because thinking too deeply about it hurts. I guess when it all comes down to it, she never really loved me, and I'm still trying to accept that. I don't know how to approach this. I have written my resignation letter for work, and I have messaged my parents that I was going to go home sometime next month. I did both when I was extremely upset. I just need advice on how to approach this. I don't want to talk to her about it at all. I can't even look her in the eye without wanting to break down. Please help me on what to do and how to approach it correctly. As of now, I'm thinking of leaving while she's at work. Update. I finally talked to my girlfriend about it, and unfortunately, she is now my ex-girlfriend. A lot of things that I never expected to happen did happen in a span of hours. As soon as she opened the door to our apartment, I could tell that she was already starting to cry. Seeing her so vulnerable like that also hurt because I didn't want to put her in that position. I had to constantly remind myself that none of this was my fault. We sat down, there were lots of tears. I thought I would be bitter, angry, and that I would be screaming at her the whole time, but I felt disappointed instead. I told her that I saw the messages and explained how I ended up scrolling through their whole conversation. She kept reasoning that she just felt sorry for him and that she didn't know how to say no to him because they went all the way back. Then I told her that we go more way back than they ever did. I was there through her lowest point. I helped her get up. She admitted that they had sex more than 3 times. I saw it coming. I had a gut feeling, but hearing her confirm it hurt so much. At that point, I was full of crying. I can't remember some of the things that happened because my mind was all over the place. It still is now. I remember telling her that I was done, that whatever we had was over. She kneeled in front of me and asked me to forgive her. I don't think I ever will. I can't tolerate people who cheat. By that point, a third of my clothes were packed up. Obviously, she feels happier with him if she can do this to me. When I posted my first post, a Redditor approached me and offered me a place to stay. His place was only around 15 minutes away from ours, and he picked me up. He'll also help me sell a lot of my stuff that I can't bring back home and will help me gather all my things back in my apartment. We both agreed that I don't mention him in this post. I'm glad that I really opened up to this community instead of keeping it to myself. Thank you to everyone who also offered me a place. It's almost 3 a.m. I'm heartbroken as ever, but I'm trying my best. I'm sending my resignation letter to work this morning. Every person in my family now knows my situation here and has offered support. I'll be flying home as soon as possible. Edit. I'm crying again, not because I got cheated on, but because I realized that there is a whole world out there that cares a lot for my well-being. I almost can't believe I looked at hurting myself as an option to get away from the pain. I am really overwhelmed and also thankful for this community. Anthony and his wife, the Redditor who helped me, says this has been the most wholesome thing that ever happened to him. I may have lost a girlfriend and a future wife, but I gained heaps of friends, and even friends for a lifetime. Other than that, I am feeling better. It still feels surreal that she's gone, but what can a bloke do? She made her choice, so I made mine. I woke up to multiple messages from her family saying that I shouldn't rush things and that she's stupid and makes mistakes like everyone else. It sucks that I may not be able to see her family for a long time. They were great people. I thanked them and said that although I believe in second chances and everyone makes mistakes, cheating is a choice that assholes pick, never a mistake. X also emailed me around 5 in the morning. The email was too long. My eyes hurt from crying, so I junked it straight away. I miss her like crazy. I know it will take a lot of time to heal me, but I guess I can wait. Pass. I'll message my newfound Aussie friends when I go through all the comments. Exact date of my flight hasn't been sorted out yet, but I'm hoping I'll be home by next month. Final update from the OP. I didn't get to sell all of my stuff in a short amount of time, but I managed to give it out to people who really needed it. That alone made me feel a lot better about the whole situation. It was a lot of electronics that I can't afford to, and possibly bring back home, like the TV I bought for my ex that she really loved, the microwave, and my PS4. I'm in Australia now, and not everything is going as planned, but whatever situation I'm in right now is at least okay. The cherry on top of all this shit is my brother verbally abusing me over something stupid I said about the cancer guy while drunk. It was something like, hope he dies in a painful way, and that got him all worked up considering one of closest friends did die in a painful way. To cut a story short, I didn't end up going to Brisbane to live with him and am now living with my parents in Perth, unmotivated and jobless. I feel so fucking hopeless and completely miss my ex, but I can't do anything about it other than sook. Thanks to everyone for being my friend. I'm sorry to the people I disappointed and promised to see in Brisbane. I really haven't been out partying like I thought. Comment 1. As someone who is also going through a breakup, it will eventually get better, my friend. Stay active and positive and things will rebuild. OP, I can't find the motivation to do anything, and even if I did do something, my mind will find a way to make me feel hopeless, and all I want to do is lay down and cry until I feel better. It's an endless cycle. Comment 2. You can't find motivation because you don't want to. I don't know you well, but it is getting better. I dated a man for 2 years. He was my first everything. One day I caught him cheating on me with a close friend of mine. He left me that same day for her, took half my money, and got her pregnant. I was in the same cycle as you, but I broke it because you have to love yourself. Love yourself because no one will love you better than you. You can do great things. We know you can. Life dealt you a shitty hand, but doesn't mean it's the end. Comment 3. The best way of breaking that cycle is forcing yourself to adopt new habits. I know of the situation you're in, and the most important thing you need to do is to make it a habit to go outside for 30 minutes each day at least. You need to set an alarm clock that repeats every day and commit to going outside, be it a walk, sitting on a bench, standing outside your door, or anything else. The even better option is to do the same thing, but with something that makes you physically tired, such as running, lifting weights, playing football, swimming. You get the idea. This way you have a much better basis to try and break the cycle, and once you start to get better, it is a self-reinforcing effect, and thus the chance of you getting to be yourself again is much higher. It is insanely hard work, and it will seem insurmountable 99% of the time, so put your focus on not giving up. I hope you get better, and wish you the best. Likes? Post from the OP's younger brother. Alex. Original title. My brother posted here asking for advice regarding his girlfriend who was going to leave him for his ex. I want to find the post. He passed away, and I want to know why he did what he did. I have been skimming for a while without an account, putting in keywords on the search bar. I'm desperate to see, please help. I'm his younger brother, he passed away to suicide 2 months ago. He moved all the way to America from Australia with his girlfriend that he met there while on holidays. They broke up because he found out she cheated on him with her ex-boyfriend. I remember when we were talking about the vulnerable situation he was in, and he told me he met some people from a Reddit relationship advice that helped him transition from America to Australia again. He said he was also going to meet people in Chapel Hill before shit hit the fan between him and our older brother. He would have been 28, 29 years old when he posted. Please help me. I just want to see his account. I want to know what was on his mind. I need that closure. In the comments, Alex, please help me. I'm desperate to see and know what the full story was. She caused a massive scar on my family, and I don't think we will ever recover from his passing. Comment 1. First off, I'm sorry for your loss. I'd be really careful reading his posts if you find them. Make sure you can handle it. I can only imagine how hard it'd be to do something like that. Please look out for your mental health. You could just make things worse by moving forward with this. I suggest you maybe discuss this with a therapist before reading into anything. You want to make sure this will absolutely help you get closure and start to heal as much as one can. If you're absolutely sure you want to read his posts and that this will help you, not harm you, could this be it? Alex. Thanks a lot for this. I'm still trying to gather the courage to read the whole thing. It hurts to know this happened to my brother. He was a good guy, would never hurt anybody. He sacrificed a lot of things for her, and I really just can't believe this. Thanks to everyone who showed him kindness when he was far away from home. Comment 2. I'm glad I could help. My brother was suicidal for a long time. I remember how tough it was. He fortunately got better after some time though. But every once in a while I have nightmares that he did go through it, and just those nightmares mess me up pretty bad. I can't imagine what it's like to actually live through that horror. I'm really sorry for you and your family. I hope the post can bring you all some closure. Please be real careful though. If I were in your shoes, I could very much see myself getting too hung up on the content of the posts and making my mental health significantly worse. This is why I very much recommend this is something you look at with a therapist if you do decide to open those posts up. Alex. It's really tough. Every day, I was scared that something would trigger Connor to do it. I had to call him 3 times within a day to check up on him while I was at university and work. We've been having fun living together since the pandemic began. I thought he was enjoying spending a lot of time with me, but I think the isolation wasn't doing his mental health any good. I guess it's harder for me because I lived with him. I'm glad to hear your brother is okay now. Alex. Thanks a lot for your help, everyone. I haven't clicked on the post yet, I just need some time to collect myself. I'm pretty nervous, but my family and I have been in the dark for so long, we really need this closure. He never spoke about the situation again, and I wanted to see if he had any more to say. Comment 3. I wouldn't get your hope too high for closure. I'm not sure that's entirely possible with a situation like this. These posts only represent a small snapshot during a short period of his life. His suicide is likely more complex than any one issue. Read it if you want, but please don't go into this, hoping it will provide what you need to move on. Alex. I'm really thankful for the nice comments. Connor was a great man, and he didn't deserve any of the pain life had thrown at him. My older brother Kurt and I will be reading the post together tonight. I will be deleting the app straight away to give me some peace of mind. He also had a Reddit app in his phone with a different account. I really don't know what he was doing with many accounts, but I hope I have cleared it for some people. We will read most of the posts on that account tonight too. I know he was much more active on that one. I will not be telling my parents about this. They are already going through enough pain as it. No one should have to go through the bouts of burying their own kid. We have come to the end of our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Tell us what you think about this story in the comments.